Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, TheRumpledOne, coming to you Monday, May the 17th. The year's 2021. Let's talk trading. Place your bets. As always, these videos for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. What am I talking about? Place your bets. This isn't gambling, it's trading. Well, that's one of the big arguments. Is trading gambling? Well, they share some things in common, such as speculation. You're speculating on some future event that you cannot control the outcome of. But the reason why I want to talk about placing your bets is because we've discussed money management, brain management, uh, risk management a lot. And one of the things about placing a bet is once you place the bet, that's it. That's as much as you're going to lose. So when you go to the casino and you put your money on the roulette wheel, you put your stack of chips there, however many, 1 chip, 2 chips, and if your number doesn't come up or your color doesn't come up, you lose, and that's all you lose. And you can play again or you can walk away. Well, if you do that with trading, then you can say, well, I can divide up my stack of chips. Let's say you've got $1,000 account. You have what? You have 20 $50 stacks, right? So or you could have 50 $20 stacks. Depends on how much you want to lose per trade. And we talk about that a whole lot. How much you're willing to lose per trade. So once you pick that, you can then take a look and say, well, how many times out of 10 am I going to usually win? Is it 5? Is it 6? Is it 7? Is it 8? Then you can start realizing, well, maybe if I have 20 stacks of 50, I've got $1,000 account. If I win one time, I've just increased my account by 5%. And chances of me, say, losing 3 times in a row don't happen that frequently. So when you start to do the math, you can see how you can grow your account. But the thing is, and this is where things get tricky, is this brain management. Can you walk away from the table? If you say you hit that one trade, $1,000, now you've got $1,050. Will you walk away, come back tomorrow, or will you try again? Some people say, well, let's, get in, let's keep trading until we lose. Like when we play sudden death overtime. One loss and you're out. But if you win one, then you lose one and you're out. Now you're right where you started. You haven't moved. So you have to keep that in mind too. So your assignment is to take a look at your trade history, see how many times you lose in a row, and see if you thought of each trade as a bet as opposed to something else. See if that might work for you. So let's go through the charts here. On the monthly, we have the pound is up. We broke out of that previous month's high by 118 pips. On the week, you can see we're in the upper weekly wick zone. All the gaps filled. So any traders that watch my video, if they watched it last night and took some trades, those have paid off. You can see here we're 31 pips above the daily open, which is also the weekly open. We're also we're putting in that range right now, 51 pip range here on the pound. For the year, 480 above the open. You can see here, I forgot to switch accounts. I've got that silly Sunday candle right there. 51 pips range. You can see once again we broke out, but this was the high I was looking at here, which I believe was right around 111. So about 16, 17 pips above that high, Friday's high. See, a nice move this hour. The open was at 41.17 or 17.7, call it 18. So you're up about 10 pips. Red rats, I'm going to have to wait for a reversal signal. We've taken out the pivots, the weekly and the daily. Monthly we took out a long time ago. I showed you that in yesterday's video. You can see here well above that wick zone, nice breakout. But this, once again, I've got the wrong account up. This was the Sunday candle. We just put in a 3-ball here. And here's the highest low at 26. So we would look to go short on a reversal. But when this candle closes in 20 seconds, this line will move up. So we'll just sit here and watch. You can see we've got 3 balls from H1 all the way down. And in case you're wondering, that is the 2017 multimeter 3-level ZZ recent. As it tells you, see the most recent was a red 3, red meaning up top, blue at the bottom. Right there was a trigger, 27.2. Oh, I should probably change that. Right here, display digits 1. So already put it on 1 ball. Could have grabbed a quick pip on that short, and you had to be quick. So there you go again now, 2 pips. And for those of you who know, I've done the holo, the highest open, lowest open. You might be wondering why I'm doing the highest close or highest low and lowest high. That's for the order block, because as I've stated in a few videos, these order blocks, one person says this isn't, one person says this isn't one. You look on their charts, you can't tell. It's like, well, why is that an order block and why isn't that one? So the one thing that these order blocks seem to have in common is that they have a lower high or a higher low that they're usually trading off of at some point in time. So I just have it set dynamically, and so these lines will move because they're dynamic. Meaning in real time you can see 3.8, 3.2 off of that trade short. As simple, the wall mall. You can see here we had a break at a 23. 41.23, which is the previous H1 high. You can see it broke it once, it tested it, then broke it once, broke it twice, coming back down here. Looks like we might break it to the short side, but the buyers pushed it back up. We're on the hour 16 here. You can see out of the last, 36 H1 bars at the 16 hour 16, 35 out of 36 had high minus low greater than 13. You can see the minimum was 16. Oh, I'm sorry. The minimum was 10.8. and the max was 52, with the average being 27. And right now we're at 15. So if you think about it, these wall mall trades and talking about placing your bet, if you place your bet, could have placed a bet here, placed a bet there, that could have been 2 wins. Somebody could call it hairy hindsight, or you could have placed it at the 20 line, a small win, or you let it ride, and you can see you would have picked up some nice pips. And I'm pretty sure Walmart probably would have stacked on either here or here if he would have, or he probably would have gotten out of that trade and then maybe jumped back in. We'll have to ask him tomorrow. But once again, if you think of each trade as a bet and you use some of the rules of gambling, which are, once they say no more bets, no more bets, and you put your stop loss in, put your TP in, and you just see if you win or lose, as opposed to living and dying by each and every tick. Especially those traders out there who say, well, they've got a job, they just want to put on a trade in the morning and come back. Well, that's how you do it. Usually, if you're going to do a trade like that, you probably want to do a breakout rather than a reversal. So if it hits it, it's usually going to hit it. You're going to get your pips and get out. And the other thing about bets is, like when I go to the casino, which is very, very, very infrequent, what I'll do is I'll go up to the roulette wheel and I'll take $200 and I'll get quarters, $25 chips, and I'll make each bet $50 bet. And if I win 2 in a row, I walk away. So if I turn that 200 into 300, I'm done for the day. So people say, you're going to risk 200 to make 100? I go, yeah, but I only need to win twice. I'm not going to sit there and play $5 or $1 at a time and just let it, dribble away. It's like, no, I always have a saying, if you want to win big, you got to bet big, because I don't want to be there for hours. I'm usually there for maybe 5 spins or less. I'd much rather get knocked out quick or walk away quick than sit there for hours. Because, I guess I just don't like sitting there for hours. Trying to remember if there's any questions out there. I think I answered it last night, but just in case somebody asked if I had any range indicators. And yes, there's TRO range that'll do the squiggly on the bottom. I think it's a squiggly. It might be a histogram. It might be a histogram. Maybe it's the histogram with the moving average. Then there's TRO range gauge that gives you all the different ranges. And then, as I mentioned last night, I'm kind of partial to the new smart range indicator, 2020 donational. Also, on those lowest highs, it'll be coming out in the build 1300, which, where is it? Oh, in the mid dots indicator, I added the higher low, lower high. So once again, you can see where those triggers were if you're trading the mid dots. So you can see right here. Not trading the mid dots, you're trading the higher low, lower high. Okay, fellow traders, that wraps it up for today. So remember, think in terms of bets. So each trade is discrete, and you can only lose what you bet. Because remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is TheRumpledOne, over and out.